morning, everyone. This is Dan Hussey with ElgaDayTrader.com, bringing you our week beginning report. Yesterday was such a slow day that we decided not to put out anything because there was just no price action to warrant a new video or any analysis for that matter, with the exception of the S&P 500. It is August 27, 2013. It's currently about a half hour after the London Open, and let's bring up the FTSE and the DAX to begin. I want to begin with the FTSE because what we just had trade was coming off of our prior highs here. We had been watching an extension short, traded once, twice, three times, broke. We were also watching a the third time broke. Upon breaking, the market looks like it has front ran a full pullback off of its prior low, and this prior low is there we go, is the full halfway back long for the summer at the 63.66 level. So we do have upside targets of a 68.70 now. Going back down to our 15-minute chart, we have a gap fill today, still open above us, but we have pulled back. This might be a little too aggressive of a front run, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a second test or another move down to this level and then the rally. But we are watching the 64.40 area for support here on a 15-minute time frame for an ambush long. The DAX remains, from a 4-hour perspective, just continuing to go sideways in this range. I have drawn up a full halfway back long off of our 82.39, 82.40, 550 area support. I'm sorry, 82.40 area support. The issue here is that neither a halfway back short or long inside of this range has held all summer. So from that perspective, just an extension long drawn here from this 80.38 high to the highs of the summer is the extension long we've been watching. It's also the larger long daily extension long as well. That's similar to the S&P 500. So with that being said, we do have upside targets still of the 85.60s, and we've just been going sideways at highs. So if this ambush long ends up holding, awesome. I don't know if it's necessarily actionable. It seems like the only actionable trade in the FTSE, or I'm sorry, the DAX, has been this full extension. For this summer. The S&P 500, we've pulled into a full long off of our 1631 lows. This long comes after, we have broken the extension short that seemed to be holding. We've traded straight up into a full short off of our 1705 prior highs, and gotten a reaction as well. So I'm a little cautious to be a buyer down here at these levels because this short has gotten a reaction and held, and even the long was a little more aggressive of a front run than we usually anticipate. So probably it's a pretty good area, or pretty good tell to kind of sit back and wait here on trading the S&P. But we are looking for a gap fill going into tomorrow for a 64 quarter. And with a daily pivot of a 58 half. Let's move into the yen crosses first today. The dollar yen has pulled into a full halfway back inside of its 4-hour range. We do have upside targets of a 99.34 from a prior 4-hour long. This would be a long, or maybe even the next in the series inside of this level. Going down to a 15-minute chart, however, off of our prior highs, off of our prior highs here, and this 4-hour short that's gotten a reaction now, we did have a full halfway back short that has traded to targets. Upon trading to targets, next in the series from a 98.76 high to low here, next to the series short has gotten a reaction, and we have downside targets of 97.90 in the short term on a 15-minute chart here. So gotta keep that in mind. Euro yen, we broke extension longs. Upon breaking extension longs, we pulled into a full short off of the high. This full short, this ambush short, traded 2 targets. Next in the series on the euro yen has already traded and traded to target. We now have a third in the series drawn from a 31.60 to lows here. Just beautifully stair-stepping down. We're really seeing markets come back and starting to be more technical now. So this has been really good to see. Kind of one of those indicators that okay, it's maybe we're getting to that point of the summer where we're really coming out of doldrums, and we're going to be going into kind of our fall trading. And with that being said, we have a full next to the series long on the euro yen. We went to and through targets. No extension ever picked up the market. So the next in the series is a 30.86. I'm also going to want to draw up the full long so we can watch for support here, either at the 30.86 or at the 130.20s. But we do have a series of shorts here, so I won't be getting long until the series of shorts off this high breaks. When this 15-minute series breaks into after trading one of these 2 levels, I will be looking to get long the euro yen. That seems like a decent play to me, but I'm going to wait for a break in the mic or the 15-minute trend first. Okay, Aussie yen, really a mess down here. It's just sideways in this range. We've broken shorts off highs, we've broken longs off lows, and what we're kind of stepping back and doing here is seeing, okay, determining, alright, our 15-minute trend, 88.72 anchor to lows here. Has traded to targets the same anchor to low. We're going to watch this 15-minute extension. Has not traded to next in the series at the 88.25s, but otherwise we're still in that big daily long. We haven't traded up into the 91.25 area, which is the next in the series 4-hour extension short. We're holding a traditional after, so I'm gonna watch this, gonna kind of just let things play out when things are unclear, and then make a decision or wait for the market to tell us what it wants to do. But it does seem to be holding downward sloping trend lines and trading this next in the series, or I'm sorry, traditional after an extension. So we need to watch this trade. If we go down to an 85 target, then we can drop new extensions drawn from an 88.93 low to low. But until then, this looks like a flag at lows, and really just nothing to do, unfortunately. Gold has now broken the 1400 figure. This is a significant level because that means we have broken our extension shorts, and we are very likely going to trade up into the 1550 level. The question is the market going to pull back into one of its support levels, a 1380, 1340, or 1293? The 1293 or the 1300 level is a full ambush long, which I would anticipate at some point before the 1550s trade, honestly. So it's not a terrible place if you're looking to be a buyer in gold and you want to just maybe get free for the next swing, just to just in case we do continue through this short. But the 1550s are still a valid, very, very valid daily short on gold that would take us down into our all-time halfway back long at 1,000. So, but gold has broken its extension shorts. They got free. They're now broken, and the longs have very much been in control of this market. And it's kind of starting to just squeeze a little bit here. We do have like a kind of a sloppy extension long. I haven't drawn it up yet, but I'd like to see a more discernible pullback in gold into a support level to really show us that there is a long and not just a squeezing market higher, because that's what this is starting to look like. It's starting to look like it's just kind of going. It's run the stops and now it's starting to continue higher. The pound US dollar. So going out to a 4-hour chart here for the pound. We have traded a full long, 2 targets. Next in the series is drawn from a 51.04 low to a 57.18 high. So we could be looking at a case of the pound pulling back into the 154.10 area for its next in series long. My issue with this is that from a daily perspective, we're just coming up off of this kind of 58, 57 area full short that we've had as resistance now 3 times from between 56s and 58s, 156 and 158. So I don't want to kind of fight the fact that we are coming off of resistance at this time. But moving down to an hourly chart, it's pretty clear to see there's also a hourly next to the series long here potentially. Extension drawn from the 53.93s to highs that has dipped in. It got a reaction. It is now dipping in, and below really the 55 figure it would break. So it has held shorts against it to target here. So we can draw up the next to the series short, a 56.40 anchor to lows, and then even on the going down to a 5-minute time frame, just from yesterday's high to the lows after, we held a short, and it looks like we've got a valid extension 5-minute short drawn from a 55.60 anchor to lows. So we're going to watch these. I'm actually going to I kind of want to get rid of some of these, but I'm going to make these 2 larger levels, kind of give them the bigger dotted line, so you guys can be aware and kind of maybe see through them, because it's these 2, the 5 and this 15-minute short, that I think we could track more more closely. There is a short, the 5-minute short, extension short at a 55.40 and a 55.80, 15-minute next to the series short. The euro, man, starting to get really technical again. We have going out to an hourly chart. We've traded into the 33.30 support level. We defended a 6-to-8 line at the 133 handle. We came up off of this. We broke full shorts off of prior highs, and we pulled immediately back into a full ambush long that has traded technically twice here and held at the 53 or 33.50 area, really a 33.55. We've also traded a full short off that prior high today. It broke prior, but then actually retraded again here at the 33.80. So I am inclined to see what happens at the 33.70s. I'm flat the euro right now, but but it's, what's going to break first here? Are we going to do a 33.40 or 33.90? And I think that is what should be some kind of tell for us, as to this 15-minute trend and which direction we're going to go. So watching watching the euro closely here, but it's really great to see both sides showing technical setups that are getting participation. That's way better than the alternative, which is neither one of the sides holding at all, right? So it's a step in the right direction for the euro, and for most of these markets in general are kind of the same thing. We're seeing Elgo stepping in, actually getting participation, and hopefully taking us out of summer trading now and into our kind of end of year trend, so to speak. The Aussie US dollar um, has come off of an extension short drawn from the 95.28s to lows. Inside this extension, we've broken the full short off of our full long off of lows. We traded into a front run. We were trying to be sellers at the 90.78s. The high was a 90.71, a 12 pip front run of the full ambush short. So if it does get up back up to that level, it'd be worth selling on a break of any micro longs into that level. But other than that, unfortunately, it looks like the level was just front run, and we didn't get our fill. So I canceled our Aussie US dollar shorts. Um, Going down to an hourly chart here, we have broken now off of lows, full long. So we can look for the ambush short drawn from a 90.71 anchor to lows. More importantly, going down to 5-minute chart here, and I'm going to remove this ambush short just temporarily. We've traded a full short off the high, went 2. Okay, move this. There we go. Traded a full short off the high. We went 2 and through targets, drawn from a 90.15 anchor to lows. We've traded extension shorts once to target, same anchor new low, twice to target. So now same anchor new lows. We have an extension short here going into today, coming into our European session here, drawn at an 89.80. So above an 89.90, we're going to look for that full ambush short, and then above really above a 90.25 area, we'll probably get a squeeze all the way back up into the 90.78s. The reason I say this is we really haven't traded this level, so there may be shorts that want to get their fill. So I don't really trust this ambush short. Doesn't mean it will work, but it does to me mean I'm not going to take it. I hope it works for the sake of the shorts and the sake of maintaining a technical market, but I don't like that. Anytime I see front runs of this magnitude, in my experience, it can be one of two things. It's either going to go down and not let you in and just keep really selling off hard, or two, it's dangerous because that second test. One of the major reasons I don't want to be a seller up here is because all the sellers, at the sellers at each one of these highs potentially have stops now above this high, and I don't want to be a seller where other people have their stops, where other sellers have their stops, because now those stops are the fuel to take us through a level. So a little dangerous, but c'est la vie. We'll see what happens. I would be interested though in an 89.80 kind of micro extension short here. If we get up to that level, it should at least get free. So I am looking to take that trade on DTrader here, just this micro extension short, and we'll see what happens if and when we get there. Okay. The Euro Aussie is being pretty difficult. I see an extension reverse engineered from a 46.30 anchor to highs here that is still being defended. So I'm gonna kind of watch that, and it looks like it's trying to go through highs here. So from a 4-hour perspective now, we have not traded into the full daily extension down at a 41 yet either. So I'm still kind of watching that. That seems like a great swing trade opportunity if we get down there. We are holding a traditional after, so we have marked these prior highs, which means that if we do go to a 52.60 target, we'll have new extensions we can participate on from a 144 like 20-ish anchor these highs to highs. And they were the highs on June 20th. So watching that closely. Also watching for an ambush long if we trade down there to 46.86. But the euro yen has been a little difficult to get in lately. Like get into the long side, which is kind of where you want to be. So still maintaining and watching for that really good, sweet opportunity if and when they arrive for us. So, all right, both of our yen crosses seem to be selling off a little bit here. So we're looking for the downside target here of an 97.90, and that's filled on the dollar yen. So technically next in the series now drawn from a 98.40 to lows. And then also on the euro yen, looks like its downside target was filled. So next in the series from a 31.30 to lows here. They're getting smaller, which all that really means, guys, is that either we're gonna trade into this level and they'll break, or we could do the full short after they break. So we'll watch these and we'll talk through these markets as they they play out here. Okay. So, all right, everybody, that's all I have for you in terms of our video and our start of the European session of our London morning report, and should be a good week. It seems to me that we're really starting to come out of summer, and I'm getting ready to kind of start putting the foot on the gas a little bit here. I'm not pressing things, but and not forcing trades, but the market is showing us that it could be ready to start taking or to start participating more in terms of trading setups. So this is I hope you guys can kind of see that too. See how setups are starting to actually work and get participation, albeit this, like for example, this euro short very well might break, but it gave a great opportunity. You could have been short and could have gotten free. You just had to pick a side on the euro, and hopefully you had a 50-50 shot at being correct today. There's a short and a long to participate on. So this is what's good to see. Now what we're waiting for or want to see is one side totally take over, and once it breaks the counter trade, then begin its trend, right? So really good to see. You can just see and feel that the market becoming more technical, becoming safer to trade, coming out of summer, showing higher levels of participation, and ultimately that makes for a safer and better trading for us. So, all right, everybody, have a great day, and we'll be back with you as price action develops.